7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.
It is Wednesday, and I'm just seeing some chaos happening on Timeless Elite Wednesday, where Will Ospreay found himself some friends from New Japan. Obviously, Alex Windsor, my lady, part of the Brawling Birds, which actually makes sense because she's facing off against Marina Shafir 0 Hour for the New Japan Strong Women's Championship, while her tag team partner, Jamie Hayter, will be facing off against Tekla for the AEW Women's Championship. But yeah, we're pretty much starting off chaos. And, like I said, this is a final Dynamite before Dynasties. And, of course, Will Ospreay and Jon Moxley are going at it right before their match this weekend. But the one thing about Will Ospreay, he knows he can find friends to help with the Death Riders. And I think this is going to, if we don't get the ladies for Double or Nothing, if we don't get the ladies for Anarchy in the arena, I think this is going to be Anarchy in the arena for Double or Nothing. Which, I mean, it's not that bad, but yeah. Which is not that bad. It's not that bad at all. And seeing my gal, Alex Windsor, yeah, Marina Shafir, you mess with one lady, which is Toni Storm. Oh, well, Ospreay's going to talk. Akira Hanadori? I told you about some friends. Oh, Lordy. It's going to be chaos. I thought they would save this for Anarchy. Kind of figured the main event would be United Empire taking on the Death Riders. It makes a lot of sense to lead up to Dynasty. And plus, we don't even have a main event because I thought it would be the trios match. But also, as Boza mentioned, because I actually got it right before breaking news, because of his unexpected injury, because he tore his meniscus on Collision 2 weeks ago, Kyle Fletcher had to vacate the TNT Championship, and this weekend we're going to have a casino gauntlet to determine who will be the new TNT champion. So, yeah, the main event. I guess Marina might have found her match because, we don't have Toni Storm, but hey, give a call to Alex Windsor. So the Brawling Birds. Oh, Lord, and then I got to deal with this creep. So, yeah, that creep Don Callis was talking about Kyle Fletcher's injury. He's going like, boo-hoo. Protocada versus the Young Bucks? Guess that's scraped out. He doesn't really want Takeshita and Okada to go at it, from the looks of it. It's going to happen at AEW Wembley Stadium. Don Callis. And then, of course, talk about the trios match that's happening later tonight. trying to say get well soon to Kyle. But I have a feeling it's going to be Takeshita versus Okada at All In. It's going to be Takeshita versus Okada at All In. Wembley Stadium for that international championship. Because if anybody can take that championship, it's Takeshita. But we got some trios action happening tonight. We see Mr. Darby Allin coming to the ring because he has issues with the Death Riders. Of course, Brody King was supposed to be a part of this trios match, but as we mentioned earlier, he had to deal with a personal emergency. So his friend and tag team partner, Bandido, is stepping in, and he will be alongside Darby Allin and the AEW National Champion, Jack Perry, to take on members of the Don Callis family, Andrade, Konosuke, Takeshita, and Mark Davis. And speaking of champions, here is Bandido, the reigning Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion, which, by the way, he surpassed 365 days the whole year as Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion, which is a huge accomplishment. He's definitely shown a lot of presence. I've seen some of his matches in Ring of Honor, so he has built a presence there, not only there, but also in AEW. So congratulations to Bandido. And it is Wednesday. It's Timeless Elite Wednesday with yours truly on the card. Happy to see everybody in the chat blowing up, starting off hot. It's just so good. And it's the final Wednesday before Dynasty. And also with the fact, too, we have a trios match. We have a returning Queen Aminata taking on Willow Nightingale for the TBS title. We're going to hear from Kenny Omega right before his big title match against MJF. And we're also going to see Chris Jericho. Curious on what he's going to have to say tonight after making his return on April Fool's Day last week. But, I think it did. And yes, Boza, I did follow with GCW because Jack Perry made a surprise over the weekend at one of the independent scenes. So there's definitely going to be a lot of experience on that. So much happening on Dynamite. Also with the fact, too, you get to spend 2 hours with me. Also, I am going to share my experience from WrestlePro from over the weekend. I got to attend that. It was so fun. First of time attending WrestlePro. I know there's so much that happened there, but a surprise appearance by MJF, which was a complete shocker, but not surprising. Also, I'm going to deep dive into the interview that is being talked about on social media. Tony Khan being on the Coach and Vince Russo's podcast. And I actually do have a lot of thoughts on that. And it's not mostly on Tony Khan, because there's just some parts in there where it just felt very funny. Tony stood his ground. He showed growth, but I'll be putting a lot of thoughts in throughout the show. But we're getting ready for a big trios match, and you can see Darby Allin just staring at the Don Callis family, most specifically Mark Davis, because he was the one that put a pile driver on him 2 weeks ago. So even though Darby's on a chase for AEW gold, he still has some wounds he has to lick out. But I'm excited. We have a big trios match happening. Feel free in the chat on who you guys think you got the victory. Do you have the Don Callis family winning? Or do you have the team of Bandido, Darby Allin, and Jack Perry winning this? So, like I said, this is the final go-home show. And here we go. And we're going to see. And we already know this is not a coincidence. Darby and Andrade are going to start off with the fact that they're going to meet this weekend at Dynasty. And I'm seeing some of the tweets in there. What an epic way to start off the best wrestling show in the business. Hashtag AEW Dynamite. Opening the show with the Death Riders versus United Empire Brawl is a hell of a way to start. These are the tweets. Where's Andrade? Where's he going? I guess Andrade's like, I'm out of here. So it looks like Darby's going to start off with Takeshita. Shout out to Boza. Shout out to Jordan from Canada. I would not mind seeing them. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing a callback between Takeshita and Darby. They met before, and there's Mark Davis. But Jack Perry comes in for the save with that drop kick off the top rope. And here comes the reigning Ring of Honor World Champion, Bandido. Oh man, Bandito. He is. I guess Darby Allin's calling out Andrade. I'm not gonna repeat what Darby said. I'm not gonna repeat what Darby has said, but whew, that was interesting. And Andrade comes out. Darby wants him, but Takeshita, oh, and look who comes in. That little creep, Don Callis. Oh boy, that little creep. So I guess this was kind of like a master. It was kind of putting out the master plan, playing possum. And oh goody, we may be getting Don Callis for commentary. Oh joy. I'm excited for that. Not really. Oh, the brains. Brains beats bronze. Brains beats brawn all the time. Oh, Lordy. But I hope everybody... Okay, so this is pretty much Dynasty week. So Saturday, there will be Collision this weekend. After Collision, it'll be the countdown to Dynasty. Obviously, of course, Dynasty will be this Sunday, by the way. I did mention there will be a watch-along for AEW Dynasty. So I will be on the call and very excited. Oh, nice moonsault by Jack Perry off the top rope. And I know he still has issues with Ricochet, because Ricochet is still bitter after losing the AEW National Championship to Jack Perry. But like I said, it's going to be very interesting with this TNT Casino Gauntlet, because I'm very curious on who's going to be the participants in that and who's going to win it, because there's so many people that can fight for that title. So I'm going to be watching this and paying attention to this very closely. And I hope the Casino Gauntlet is on the main card and not on 0 Hour. Well, here comes Andrade, and he's showing off with the ladies, because they're making him a heartthrob ladies man. Well, hopefully, at least with some of these ladies, they're in the independent scene, so they're in the wrestling. Well, a few of them. She wants to get a kiss from Andrade. Oh, they're making him a total ladies man. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they're making him that way. But right now, it's in picture-in-picture. It's on picture-in-picture right now. Don't hate the player. Hey, don't hate the player, hate the game. That is the motto. But I do want to thank everybody for hopping in. I hope everybody had a wonderful week so far. It is hump day. It's Wednesday. We're almost towards the weekend. Oh my. We have a lot happening. Boza, I could really care less about the IWC thinks, because maybe if they paid attention, and as a person that represents not just Tony Storm and Orange Cassidy, I also represent the Brawling Birds, and Jamie Hayter deserves a title shot. Better yet, a storyline with Tekla, because with the fact she was the first woman to give Tekla her first loss, and I've been wanting them to have a story built into it after World's End. I mean, I'm happy she is getting a title shot, but I kind of wish they did build Tekla versus Jamie Hayter. And I can imagine the IWC narcs saying like, oh, if it was Mercedes, she would have do this, blah, blah, blah. But we know Mercedes is going to get the AEW women's title. It's just like a matter of time. And also with the fact too, Willow's doing the TBS title, so you need like that one of your strongest people in the women's division. Oh, we're going to have Tommaso Ciampa taking on Mascara Dorada. I just saw one of the matches pop up, so I think that's an added bonus match in there. So that should be a really good match. But yeah, like I could care less what the Narcs say, because as a person that represents Jamie Hayter and the Brawling Birds, she deserves a women's title. And it kind of sucks I'm not going to be on the media call for Dynasty tomorrow, because I just have so much I want to say about Jamie Hayter. And even when I said it, Double or Nothing last year. No, not last year. Yeah, last year when she faced off against Mercedes for the Owen Hart Cup women's tournament, because people tend to forget on who she was when AEW first started. I still think Jamie Hayter can be a major player in AEW's women's division. They got to do some storytelling. They got to challenge themselves, because Toni Storm's going to be out for quite some time. Yeah, you're going to have Mercedes, but Mercedes can't carry that by herself. You're going to need other supporting players to help out, build the women's division, and create storylines that are outside of the championship. But we will talk about that throughout the night. But we are back with AEW Dynamite from Edmonton. We have a trios match happening. We have Darby Allin, Jungle Jack Perry, and Bandido filling in for Brody King, because Brody King couldn't come to Dynamite because of personal reasons, against the Don Callis families, Andrade, Mark Davis, and Konosuke Takeshita. And of course, we have that creep Don Callis doing commentary, which I could care less, but tag is made to Bandido. Bandido just making rug shots out of everybody. And we now know in May, Ring of Honor will be having Supercard of Honor that weekend. Very curious on who's going to be the next person to challenge Bandido for the Ring of Honor World Championship. Because so far, like I said, he's already at 365 days as being champion. Yay! The fans just love Bandido. And I really do like him. He's like the wrestling version of Zorro. He's like the wrestling version of Zorro. And yeah, Sposa, I did see on the TV, it's going to be Tommaso Ciampa, Mascara Dorada, determine the number one entrant in the Casino Gauntlet. So they're already kicking it off. Very curious on who else is going to be in that gauntlet. I'm very, very curious. Tag is made to Mark Davis. I'm happy Mark Davis is now stepping on his own, because I know when he lost his tag team partner Jake Doyle to a serious injury. And we are going to have the AEW International Championship defendant on Collision this weekend. Kazuchika Okada taking on Myron Reed. That's going to be a banger of a match on Collision this Saturday. But I still think Takeshita is going to be the one to take the international belt from Okada. It's just a matter of time. Oh, nice hurricanrana by Bandido. Quick kick out by Mark Davis. Boza, you're thinking Blake Christian. He could be, because, like I said, Blake Christian has been showing up. Him and Lee Johnson as a swirl. And then you have Jay Lethal as their mentor. They're starting to come alive. So he does be a serious contender for Bandido's belt. Because I think the minute Bandido loses the belt, I can see him just shifting into AEW. And here comes Darby. Take it out. Take it out. Oh, yeah, you better. You better run, Don Callis. Darby Allin was really going to beat the crap out of him. He really was going to do that. But thankfully, Mark Davis came in for the save. Oh, my God. Oh, no. They're swinging Darby Allin, Takeshita, and Mark Davis. Ooh, they swing him right over the announcer table onto chairs. God bless Darby Allin and his little heart. My God. Well, Jack Perry's trying to do the best he can. As both of his tag team partners are out cold for now. But each of them, oh Lordy, Don Callis come out. Of course, blind tag is made by Andrade. Yeah, Mark Davis is starting to come on his own a bit. I'm not gonna lie. He did put on some really good matches in the last month and a half since he's been with the Don Callis family. Here comes Andrade. Ooh, nice move by Andrade. Oh, man. Andrade pinned Jack Perry. So your winners. The Don Callis families, Mark Davis, Andrade, and Konosuke Takeshita. Obviously, it's going to help Andrade build some momentum over his match against Darby Allin this weekend at Dynasty. But it's going to be a bigger of a match. And I know people always say Darby Allin's character is a little boring because I did see it on socials. And I think with Darby, this is a good opportunity for him to help elevate his character a bit because we always talk about the creative side and storytelling. And I think this is going to be a good side quest for Darby because he's going to be doing a lot of soul searching on who is Darby Allin, especially when he obtains AEW Gold. And Darby's trying to help out Jack Perry, but Andrade is trying to intimidate him. Man, he has a lot of firepower, but he's shoving Andrade. And look at Don Callis talking trash like Mr. Tuck. Oh, and he put a low blow on the Darby. Drew away Bandido, taking out Jack Perry. Oh, look at that little creep. Look at that little jerk. See, he acts like Mr. Big Tough Guy because he's beating up on Jack Perry. And it's a shame because Luchasaurus is still injured. And looky, we have the Young Bucks coming out, helping out Jack Perry. Helping out. You should see the people in Canada standing up clapping for the Young Bucks. Well, at least it gives the Young Bucks something to do. That's not that's the tag team titles, but I'm pretty sure they'll be back in the picture. And here comes Lance Archer trying to take out the Young Bucks. Hector Cero, the new CMLL World Champion. El Clone. Oh, how I do miss Hologram. I know Hologram is still injured, but hopefully we get to see Hologram back soon. I do miss him. But the Young Bucks ruin the celebration of the Don Callis family. Let's see. What are they going to do here? Takeshita's blocking. Oh, and here comes Okada. And he didn't come out for Takeshita. Okada came out for himself. But it's going to build up quickly. People have to be patient because it's only a matter of time we get to see Takeshita and Okada go one-on-one at Allin Wembley Stadium. Because for that match, you can't put it on a TV or just another pay-per-view. You got to put it on your biggest stage. And I have a feeling it's going to happen at Wembley. Because if anybody can take that international belt, it is Takeshita. And it was only a matter of time they were going to come to blows with each other. It was a matter of time. I hope they continue building this up to Wembley. I hope they do. You knew it was gonna come to blows sooner than you think. And look, members of the Don Callis family are separating Okada and Takeshita, but let them fight. Let them fight. Let them cool off because it's gonna continue building. And I hope that they save this match for. Oh, and look, there's the Rascals. Because especially after what happened on Collision last actually 2 weeks ago. And also with the fact, too, Myron Reed will be facing off against Kazuchika Okada. And, of course, Okada's taunting Takeshita. Myron Reed will be facing off against Okada this Saturday on Collision for the AEW International Championship. Oh, boy. You can tell there's going to be a lot of chaos happening. Myron Reed, he wants gold. It's going to be a good match, but like I said, if there's one guy that could take the international belt, it is Takeshita. And I'm excited. But Chris Jericho will be addressing his return live. I'm very curious what he's going to say. And yeah, the match is called Chaos in Canada. That's what it's called. United Empire taking on the Death Riders. I like it. I actually like it. I mean, and also we're going to hear from Kenny. I know, me too. I'm happy Myron Reed's getting some shine on singles. We saw Zachary Wentz. We saw David Xavier. Oh, we see Lexi Nair talking to the medical staff regarding Kenny's condition. So Dr. Sampson saying Kenny's in his best shape, even with all the hurdles health-wise. He's in his best shape. I mean, Kenny is cleared. I mean, we knew he has explained this in the past of his medically cleared and everything else, but Kenny's going to be fine. He's going to be great. But up next, and a shocker, the ladies will be in action next. We'll have Willow Nightingale take on the returning Queen Aminata for the TBS title as Willow continues her TBS Open Challenge, which is great. She started off on Saturday. We saw the return of Hikaru Shida, 3-time AEW Women's Champion. It was a really good match between both of those ladies. So I'm happy to see Miss Shida back on AEW television. Very curious on what her role is going to be. And also the question is, who attacked Toni Storm? That's going to be the major question everybody has. Yep, the queen is back. And also, since you were talking about Divine Dominion, go make sure to check out the interview they had with Renee earlier today. And we were talking about this on WWT Live, and they really did inspiration from both China and Beth Phoenix. And it's hard to believe next week will be the anniversary passing of China, which is crazy. It's happening next week. But I'm happy China's influence is still alive to this day, even after her passing. But I'm very curious on what the Divine Dominion is going to do. I know they've been facing off with tag teams, but you got to find the right tag team to face off against them. And there's plenty of other tag teams. I know Maya World and Hyan, they got some issues over in Ring of Honor because Maya World could be the one to dethrone the forever Ring of Honor champion. I'm just throwing it out there because I've been paying attention a lot on socials the last couple of weeks. And I know the Minions, Billy Starks, Athena, and Billy Starks, Athena, and Diamante have been facing off with each other. Have been facing off with not just Deonna Purrazzo, but Maya World and Hyan. So they've been having a little shift over in Ring of Honor. Also with the fact too, I mean I would say my gals, the Brawling Birds, because that would be a really good rivalry to see. I'm not going to lie. That would be really good. But I know Alex Windsor, she has to handle her business with Marina Shafir as the New Japan Strong Women's Champion. Her tag team partner, Jamie Hayter, she's dealing with Tekla. But hey, win-win for me in the office because to my ladies, I got some business this weekend and I love it. I'm enjoying this. It's hard to believe we're back in baseball season. But we are back with AEW Dynamite. And we have the returning Queen Aminata, and she does look fabulous in yellow. She does look really good in yellow. I'm not gonna lie. She looks fabulous. Boza, she will. She will. She will, Boza. I definitely think she will. Like I said, I know Deonna Purrazzo is handling business with the minions in training over at Ring of Honor. So it's going to be interesting how she fits into the fray. I think Queen Aminata and Taya Valkyrie should get shots at Deonna. But, yeah. But here is the reigning and defending TBS champion, the face of TBS, Miss Willow Nightingale. Shout out to Jeffrey in the chat. And Jeffrey, yes, you made it just in time to see everyone's favorite Willow Nightingale. I'm sad Ian Riccaboni's not doing commentary because anytime Willow comes out, he always has a little rap to Willow's theme, which is so, so cool. Shout out to Ian Riccaboni. He is the best. Shout out to him. But I'm always excited whenever the ladies come on. Doesn't matter what lady from the roster, just always excited to see ladies back. And also, you need like a strong person to help lead the TBS title. I know with Mercedes, she did a good job leading the title, Mercedes. But I want Willow to succeed as TBS champion. And I don't know, she could break Mercedes' record. So I really want Willow to have a better reign than she did the first time. Ooh, Spring Breakthrough is in Seattle next week, which is crazy right after Dynasty. But here we go. We got the TBS title. Queen Aminata, Willow Nightingale. Queen Aminata is wasting no time since she came back. I know Willow knew she was in a tough one. I mean, she had a Karashita on Saturday. Now she has the Queen. Oh my. I know everybody here loves Willow. I mean, how can you not like Willow Nightingale? I mean, she's always smiley, but don't piss her off because she will definitely kick your butt in the ring. Doesn't matter if you're a male or a female or whatever. She will kick your butt in the ring. Ooh, and look at Hikaru Shida. She's right at the stand. I'm just happy to see Hikaru Shida back. But also it's going to be interesting because pay attention to the entire women's division. Ooh, that was a rough spot for Queen Aminata. And yes, Jordan from Canada. She is a great athlete. Well, Jeffrey, Hikaru Shida had to deal with visa issues because a lot of our superstars had to deal with a lot of visa issues. And probably she wanted to take some time off. I know she did she does a few Twitch live streams. And I know, but like I said, I know she had to deal with visa issues. I know she did live streams on Twitch, but I'm happy to see her back. But pay attention because it's going to be interesting. And Detective Courtney will be on the case on who attacked Toni Storm. And there's many subjects around there. Click out by Queen Aminata, but Detective Courtney's going to be on the case on who attacked Toni Storm because there's a lot of suspects. There's many suspects that you could choose from. I know people are saying Mina Shirakawa. I don't believe it's Marina Shafir because that would be something John will pull off. And Mercedes, she would have to pay somebody. But pay attention. Pay attention to a lot of the women in the division because there's a lot of clues that are happening. And you could also throw in Hikaru Shida with the fact, next to Jamie Hayter, Hikaru Shida is another rival of Toni Storm. So there's a lot of clues. What of clues happen? Oh, it's so happy to see Queen Aminata back. I just love her. And we are in picture. Oh, she'll be fine. Jeffree Star, Willow versus Bailey. I would be game for that. That would actually not be. That would be a really good match to see. I might see it. That would be a really good match to see. I know Jordan from Canada, but the Babes and Friends will be back. You're taking a little break. But Willow is focusing on the TBS title, and she's being the face. She's being the face of TBS. The face of TBS. Which I'm happy, like, she is getting a lot of opportunities. I did see over the weekend when March Madness were doing the Final Four, her, Big Bill, and a few other superstars were also helping out. So I'm happy she is getting a lot of media and opportunities in there. So I'm happy to see, but the Babes of Wrath will be fine. But we do have a few more matches happening. We have Tommaso Ciampa taking on Mascara Dorada. We'll find out who is the number one contender. Well, not number one contender, but who will take the number one spot of that Casino Gauntlet match for the TNT Championship. We're going to hear from Chris Jericho. We're going to hear from Kenny Omega. We also have the Chaos in Canada as our main event. Oh my. Lots has happened. But yeah, Jeffrey, that would be a good match. And like I said, we have Dynasty this weekend. And next weekend's WrestleMania. I just can't believe it. I can't believe next weekend is WrestleMania. And I hope if you're ever in Vegas, make sure to check out the independent shows that are happening. There's plenty of shows and opportunities there. So make sure to check it out. Busted Open podcast will be there as well. I'm just hoping, I mean, I'll be watching WrestleMania, obviously, but I'm hoping they pull off a solid, good show. And also, you know, there are a lot of internal issues chirping behind the scenes that we may not know, but hoping they pull off a good show. But we're back with AEW Dynamite coming to you from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. We have the TBS Championship match. Willow Nightingale taking on the returning Queen Aminata. And we see Hikaru Shida lurking and watching this match. So I'm hoping, because I know Willow's doing the Open TBS Challenge, I hope she does have a really good, serious rivalry during her TBS title reign. I mean, if her and Shida have to go round 2, hey, if they have to do like a series of 7, I'm game on that. That was a nice move by Willow that she did. Quick kick out by the Queen. And look at Hikaru Shida. She's staring. She's looking on. Oh my God. Willow's going to do the cannonball, but nice move by. You better watch out, Queen Aminata. Willow's coming for the cannonball. Oh my God. Oh. I'm so proud of Willow being TBS champion. She definitely deserves the second go around time. Looks like Willow's doing a moonsault. Is she gonna? Oh, she hit that moonsault. Hopefully, it doesn't hurt her neck or her shoulder. Ooh, Queen Aminata gave a serious punch. Quick kick out by Willow. She gave a serious punch. Queen Aminata, hey, look. Queen Aminata is not taking any prisoners. I'm just so happy to see her back and healthy. And it's a shame I didn't get to see her a part of Blood and Guts. I hope they do another Blood and Guts for the ladies because she definitely deserves to be in that match. And as myself and Boza mentioned, she does deserve a shot at the Ring of Honor Pure Women's Championship against Diana. But we don't stay on that because, like I said, Diana is dealing with the minions in training over at Ring of Honor. But these ladies are really, and I'm happy they are getting enough time to have a really good match. And they do. So Willow's just like, show me what you got. And whew, went up and out and delivered a punch. I really want to see the women's division grow because there's so much that they could do. They have so many talented ladies. Oh, a headbutt by the Queen. Clothesline. These ladies are really going at it. And they deserve a round of applause. It was. And shout out to Eddie Foster in the chat. How I hope you're doing well on a Wednesday. And that is so awesome you met Willow Nightingale at the Final Four Fan Fest because we were talking about that earlier today. It was her, Big Bill, and along with a few other superstars from AEW. So, Eddie, I'm so happy you got to meet her. And from what I can tell, she is a very nice person, a sweetie. But we have a TBS title match. This is actually a really good match. I'm not going to lie. This is a really good match between these two ladies. And welcome back, Queen Aminata. She really isn't. Jeffrey, be nice. I know you're one of the biggest Willow fans next to our co-host Kane, but I'm just saying. She got the pounce. You know, I'm trying to think who she put the most ruthless pounce on. Because I think she put the most ruthless pounce when Mariah May was here. It was Mariah May. I think she put a serious pounce on Marina Shafir and Megan Bay. Great. And your winner and still TBS champion is Willow Nightingale. Oh, nice, Eddie Foster. That is really awesome that you got to go over the weekend. And yes, congratulations to the national champion Michigan Wolverines for winning the NCAA championship. Sending congratulations. Congratulations to Willow Nightingale. Hikaru Shida, she's looking on. And so happy Queen Aminata had her first matchup. But look, there's Miss Shida. I would love to have a good serious storyline. Her and Shida. If you can give me a match between these two ladies. Ooh, oh my. And then up next, we thought last week it was an April Fool's joke, but it wasn't. Chris Jericho, he came back last week from Winnipeg, but up next, we're going to hear from Chris Jericho himself. What's next for him in AEW? What is next? I do love the graphics of AEW, I'm not going to lie. Oh, they showed me the promo of MJF and Kenny Omega. Oh, they're showing archive footage from the early part of AEW when, well, it was named All In pre AEW. But look at some of the earlier stuff. Look at Wardlow and when he teamed up with Chris. Oh my God. Everything. Talk about a trip. Talk about a trip back in time against Mox, Danielson, his Triple B. Oh my. Yeah. And then against Adam Cole. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna give credit to whoever did the video montage. That is so cool. They caught like archive footage. And then they got archive footage of Kenny when he was AEW champion the last time they met. It was. I'm not gonna lie, that this is a pretty solid promo that they're doing between MJF and Kenny Omega, because these guys have been going at each other for quite some time, and I love that they brought archive footage from the early beginnings, even pre AEW when they did All In. The devil versus the god of professional wrestling. Oh my. It's definitely going to be a solid main event. And I'm looking forward to that. But up next, we're going to hear from Chris Jericho up next. I'm not going to lie. Like I said, it was supposed to be an April Fool's joke, but you're hanging out with me, the Timeless Elite, your PR princess, whoever you want to call me. Since they're in a commercial break and I want to get ready for Mr. the man of 1,000 many things who reinvents himself successfully. This is a project that TK Trinidad created, and it is the Women's Wrestling Archive. We get to celebrate everything in women's wrestling from the past, the present, and the future. And please make sure to support. Every donation helps, and it's all going to a good cause celebrating women's wrestling.
Women's wrestling didn't just show up yesterday in glitter boots. We've been here the entire time, body slamming through history.
The Women's Wrestling Archive launches 2026, and it's going to pave the way for all women's wrestling.
Because if we don't document it, a man might think he did it first.
This has been a passion project for a very long time. Head over to the womenswrestlingarchive.com to donate 1, 5, or whatever you can. It all goes a long way.
Let's give these women the spotlight that they've always deserved.
Her story belongs in history. Help us preserve it today. Join us at womenswrestlingarchive.com. Support the archive. Support women's wrestling. Donate today.
Support everything with the Women's Wrestling Archive. Doesn't matter how much you donate, it's all going to a good cause. Eddie Foster, it's crazy you were saying her Shida needs to go heel, because I was saying something earlier, because as a person that represents Toni Storm, I'm also playing part detective on who attacked Toni Storm, because that is a mystery that needs to be solved. And there's plenty of suspects within the women's division and paying attention. And also, I did say we need to have a lot of stronger heels in the AEW women's division, because, of course, we do have Tekla with a Triangle of Madness, Megan Bayne, and also, from the looks of it, Mercedes, but I don't know where Mercedes is going to fall into. But we do need some stronger heels in the AEW women's division. And I wouldn't mind seeing a Hikaru Shida being a heel. I wouldn't even mind seeing Thunder Rosa being a heel. And it does build off a lot of momentum, but we shall see on that. And yes, Eddie Foster, you definitely need to watch Queen of the Ring. It was a great movie. Me and Honey got to do the red carpet for Queen of the Ring, and it's just such a good movie. Talking about Mildred Burke and all the women that paved the way for today's stars. Like, you have to go see it. But switching gears, well, it's a possibility, Eddie, because like I said, I think they're gonna start the Owen Hart Cup tournament after Dynasty. I thought they would start it in Dynasty, but they're gonna start after Dynasty. But here comes the man of the hour, Mr. Drinking In Man, the man of many things, and reinvents himself successfully. Chris Jericho, the inaugural AEW World Heavyweight Champion. There he is, getting the best response from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I'm very curious of what's he going to say. I do like his jackets, though. I'm not gonna lie. He's always good in the fashion department. I want to know where he finds his clothes, because he always looks good in jackets. And everybody's singing Judas. Everyone's singing Judas. And everybody's happy to see Chris. Very curious on what's he gonna say. What's he gonna do? What's next? Oh, he has a mic in his hand and a clipboard. So, let's hear what Mr. Jericho has to say. And I think that might be his contract. Well, I mean, he is a Canadian boy. Well, so we signing his contract. Ponoka, Alberta. That was where his first match that he had. Interesting. I did enjoy on the socials where he took us on a tour at Calgary. Yeah. Well, it's true. He did help. He supported it and he helped it. Yeah, a lot of stinkers, Chris. I would be shocked if he helped out backstage producing. The fans love Jericho. I love it. Yeah, please sign the contract. Sign it, Chris. And also a little bit of breaking news. Ricochet, the demand. Which is interesting because I know Ricochet's still bitter from Jack Perry. And with the fact, because by the way, they were at WrestlePro over the weekend. Them and the demand. Very curious as to why, because I thought at least he would go after Jack Perry for the AEW National Championship. Thought at least he would go for the Casino Gauntlet for the TNT Championship, but very curious on why Jericho. Also, a little breaking news because there has been a lot of reports floating that TNA talent, had to be pulled because of conflict with AEW regarding Creative Pro Wrestling on their event May 1st. MJF and Nick Nemeth will still be in action. Just a little FYI. Per Brian Myers, by the way. But very curious as to why Ricochet is out here. That would be really funny if Brian Keith and Big Bill came out. But I know they're doing their thing over at Ring of Honor. That would be really funny. Boo this man, Jeffrey! Really? You had to talk trash about Canada. That's kind of crazy that they didn't work together in WWE. Like I said, it would be funny if Brian Keith and Big Bill came out of nowhere. Really, Ricochet? I know, right, Bozo? That would be funny. I'm very curious what Chris is going to say. Chris doesn't look really impressed by the look on his face. He doesn't seem very impressed. Get to the point. He said nobody wants Chris here. Get out of here. He said cruise. He said cruise ship. He's bald. And he has an Eagles hat. No surprise there. He is an Eagles fan. Right? He is bald. Bald syndicate. See, I told you. Let that man sign his contract and get out of here. I guess he's gonna pick Ricochet. I guess he is gonna pick him. The popcorn. His nephew. He can pick Nigel McGuinness. Oh Lordy, please don't do Conor McGregor. You made it. Valid. Do you know what happens? I think I know where this is going. I know where this is going. You just made the list. You just made the list. I'm not gonna lie. I did like that when he was in WWE. You just made the list. You made the list. Yeah, so it's gonna be Chris Jericho versus Ricochet on Sunday in Canada this week. I think this is gonna be a good solid match. And yeah. Yeah, because I don't think Chris Jericho and Ricochet ever encountered each other when they were in WWE. I don't think they did. And that's his nephew right there. No, Jeffrey, you guys see the many montages of Chris Jericho. You guys see him when he was in WCW, even when he came in and, oh, looky, here's Lexi with the entire Don Callis family. Well, almost the entire Don Callis family. Oh, Lordy, that's going to be... Oh, Lordy, they're going to come to blows with each other. Oh, Lordy. Yeah, shout out to Lexi. Oh, Lordy. The Young Bucks taking on Okada and Takeshita. Oh, Lordy. Yes, Lexi was until she got kicked out. Takeshita said he wants to challenge him. And I'm going to say this. People, it's going to happen at All in Wembley. It's going to happen. You gotta manifest it. Well, not manifest it, but also this Saturday on Collision, it'll be the Young Bucks taking on the Don Callis families El Colon and Hechicero. Oh, he will. That match is going to happen at Allin Wembley Stadium. It has to be a really good one. You got to be patient and let this process. And also, we're not far from summer. But it looks like they're doing a truce. They're really going to come. Trust me. You don't want it to happen. I know, Boza, but it's going to happen at Wembley. If that for this match to be big, you could put at Double or Nothing, but it's really you have to put it on the biggest stage, and that has to be Wembley. So I'm hoping Okada and Takeshita for the AEW International title happens, but we go from the International Championship to the TNT Championship Casino Gauntlet because we're going to find out who's going to get the number one spot. Tommaso Ciampa taking on Mascara Dorada. It's going to be a good match. Also very curious on, I'm pretty sure, hopefully, we'll probably find out on Collision. Very curious who's going to take number 2 in the Casino Gauntlet match. Who will take the second spot? And it'll probably be a match on Collision. But also hard to believe we are in the final hour of AEW Dynamite, 9 o'clock. Where has the time gone? There's just been so much fun that's been happening. But feel free to put in the chat on who you guys got. Do you have Tommaso Ciampa winning? Or do you have Mascara Dorada being the number 1 spot? And also, I'll be watching this match, but I will also be talking about Tony Khan's interview with the coach and Vince Russo earlier today. Because there was a lot of interesting things that I want to point out. Interesting things. And it's not really against Tony, really. And also not just, I'm pretty sure on Collision we'll probably get like a match for the number 2 spot. Very curious. Very curious. Oh my god. Oh. I'm just very curious on who else is going to be in the Gauntlet match. It's going to be an interesting Gauntlet match on who's going to be TNT champion. I mean, I'm pretty sure we'll see Mascara Dorada be in it. I can see Scorpio Sky be in it because he's a former TNT champion. Possibly Shelton Benjamin, Ace Austin, Anthony Bowens. I would like to see in the Casino Gauntlet match. There's a lot of good people that could put on there. Or we could see people from Ring of Honor in that space. It's going to be a very interesting Casino Gauntlet. But it's official. The Young Bucks will be taking on Kazuchika Okada and Konosuke Takeshita. On paper, it's a good match, but I could see it going both sideways. But I'm going to be eyeing this Casino Gauntlet match because, like I said, I'm very curious on who else is going to participate in this. And there could be so many. And they're seeing the matches for Collision. Young Bucks taking on El Clone and Hechicero in tag team action. We also have the AEW International Championship. We have Okada defending it against the Rascals, Myron Reed. I'm sure we'll probably have more matches throughout the night announced. And if not, probably on social the next day. Look at Ciampa. Ciampa's looking at that TNT. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my God. Ciampa, I hope you don't sleep on Mr. Mascara Dorada. That's funny. Oof, kick to the face by Ciampa. I know Ciampa has hit issues with the Bang Bang Gang the last couple weeks. Oh my god, that match is gonna be nuts. United Empire taking out the Death Riders. And then, of course, we're gonna hear from Kenny Omega. I'm very curious on what Kenny's gonna. I'm very curious what Kenny has to say. And I think that I will say regarding the Chaos in Canada match, outside of the conglomeration, this is the first time I see a cohesive unit actually take down the Death Riders in a cohesive unit. And I kind of knew Will Ospreay had some backup with him. And I know it's New Japan and all, but it would have been nice to add like an AEW star to the fray. But we shall see what happens. There's Mascara Dorada. He's trying to get the fans involved. Ooh, that was a nice move. That was a nice move that Mascara Dorada did. And I will say, since he's been in AEW, obviously, of course, he wrestled in CMLL, but since he's been in AEW, he's been on fire. And even though this match is in picture-in-picture, because I am watching it on cable, on TBS, we're going to shift a little bit of gears. We're going to shift a lot of gears because I do want to talk about this since we're kind of in picture-in-picture mode, and I am watching this match closely. So Tony Khan earlier, well, actually yesterday, he had an interview on the Coach and Vince Russo's podcast. I have to give a shout out to Tony Khan and their media and PR team because Tony took the high road and he showed a lot of growth, which I'm happy he did. And I really did appreciate that. There was a few points that I was really scratching my head. First off, as a person that works in media and PR, I didn't like the way Coach told him to look at the camera, especially streaming more live, because as a person that works in PR and helps out with talking points and interviews, he should have said that to him before they went on live stream. I mean, I thought that was a little bit blunt, and he should know better with the fact he's been doing sports media for a while, but that's a conversation for another day. And also with the fact, too, what Vince Russo said regarding fans into media, which he's not wrong about because I'm starting to notice this myself. I've been working in media, especially the professional wrestling game. There's not that line. There's not really that blurry line because I do think there is somewhat of a line we kind of have to cross between journalism and also influencers, because for me, PR and journalism, we follow a line of ethical principles. We care about the truth. We're fact checking. We always make sure we can. It seems to be a little bit of a blurry because I understand, like, you know, AEW and some wrestling people, they want to invite media outlets for wrestling, which some of them are doing very great. They're doing very, very great. Even with the numbers and everything, they're doing great. They're putting out good content. They're making it more fun and always being cautious. But I think it's also really important to really remember, especially when handling stuff with media, you want to treat the wrestlers as humans. And also I focus more on the storytelling aspect, the journey, learning what their other interests are. That's something I think about. I don't think about like the cheap clicks or anything. Or like for me, if I was like, I always try to pretend myself like if I was like in the booking room or if I was helping out writing for the women's division at AEW, like this would be an idea that I would put in character wise. I think it's also something as an example. And plus, I think I need to teach a class on this too, because there are some people on socials, especially in the wrestling media space, they need to know the fine line of media literacy 101. because I feel like I need to teach a class on this. So those are just a few takeaways of mine. I mean, like I said, Tony, I think he did a great job of answering the questions and he showed a lot of growth. I feel like I said, I feel like I need to teach a class on this. It's just crazy. And plus for me, since I've been on women's, hold on. Oh, nice moonsault by Mascara Dorada. That was a good moonsault, by the way. But like I said, since I started being on Women's Wrestling Talk for a little over a year, it's just I'm still learning, I'm still growing, and also doing commentary in the independent space. That has also helped as well, because for me, I like to create opportunities out of nothing and also build relationships. Especially when I was at WrestlePro over the weekend, I didn't realize that Anthony remembered me from the event back in Montclair, which is really awesome because, you know, you just want to keep building that relationship. And he's just the sweetest human being. That's why. And also, he's from my home state. So it was really cool meeting Anthony in person. And then I got to meet his parents too, which his parents were great. Like I said, him and Max delivered a match. And just for WrestlePro's 10-year anniversary, they called it a truce, which I'm very, very happy for them. But let the boys continue their solo paths because my boys will be together soon. They'll be together just in time for Wembley. That is true, Boza. I am a fan, and I'm also a member of the media that makes sure is respected. So he does. And also, I think I might have told you this, Boza, but the first time I met Anthony, was actually in an event at Montclair State University. That was the first time I met him. And that was the first time we really started talking and I got to learn more about him. And he knew that I was a fan of wrestling. And I told him how I got into AEW with Tony Storm and everything else. And I didn't think you would, to be honest, because I was just like, hey. So, you know, it's usually nice to say hi and just chat and like, what's up? But it's great. And also learning about his interests, because I know he's very into baseball. He plays baseball. I mean, he worked at MLB for a while. So it's just making sure to build those connections. Like for me, like I said, I had the chance to meet Anthony Bowens, meeting Deonna Purrazzo and interviewing her. I'm actually going to her event in June. Her and her husband are doing for the troops, which is for a good cause. Ooh, that was a nice move by Dorada. Quick kick out by Ciampa. Also, interviewing Julia Hart. That was really great. Just interviewing people from the media and learning about their interests as well. So, yeah, those are some of my thoughts regarding the podcast. I mean, like I said, that is really funny. That is very funny, Jeffrey. Well, I don't know. The stars, because like I said, I'm still doing commentary for ISPW. I don't think Tommy Fierro and the guys want to get rid of me yet, but we shall see. I don't know if I could be the one to bring the boys back together, but we shall see. Yeah, Jordan, like you said, I may have to do some videos or maybe teaching a virtual. Oh, and your winner, who got the number 1 spot in the Casino Gauntlet, Tommaso Ciampa, is number 1. It was a really good match. Now I'm very curious on who's going to be number 2. Who's going to be number 2? Which maybe they'll probably do a match on Collision on who's going to be number 2. But we shall see. We shall see. But brava to Tommaso Ciampa. He wants that TNT championship, but very curious. Oh, and here come the dogs. What are the dogs doing? Jeffrey, why are you telling me don't look? Beat up on Orange Cassidy and Roderick Strong. Well, I know for Roddy, but they took the man's shades. How dare you take Orange Cassidy's shades? Oh, Lordy Gate Kid. Mystical. Oh yeah, I know the dogs want I guess they're calling out Jet Speed and Mystico. I can't believe it. Beat up on Orange Cassidy and Roger Strong. I got to feel for Roddy though. I'm like, really? Well, I'm very curious when Kyle is coming back because I know he had a serious injury from November. Hopefully, Kyle comes back. We haven't seen Mark Briscoe in a while. Not sure what hologram Orange has been. I know. Stole the man's sunglasses. You stole my guy's sunglasses. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. Well, hopefully Kyle makes a speedy recovery. Hopefully we see Mark. Hopefully Hologram is 100%. Actually, it would be interesting if Hologram made a surprise return during the Casino Gauntlet match for the TNT Championship. That would be interesting. But first, Tony Storm is out for indefinitely. Now Orange Cassidy's getting beat up by the dogs. Oh boy, I'm just, some of my people ain't, well, the one thing I can say about some of the people that I support, they can always come back with a vengeance. And the one thing that the dogs did is you are going to piss off Orange Cassidy because you don't steal his sunglasses or his backpack. You don't piss him off in the ring and keep him far, far away from monkey wrenches. I know, Jeffrey, I can't catch a break. Tony Storm, she's out for indefinitely. Orange Cassidy getting beat up by the dogs. I'm down to 4. I'm down to 4. With Bowens, Caster, and the Brawling Birds. Well, Jamie and Alex, they got some business they got to take care of this weekend on Dynasty. It's going to be a good match between Jamie and Tekla. I really want them. I think because one of the things I would like to see Tony and everybody from booking and creative, I would like to see another story that they develop within the women's division. I know they were on the high coat. At least you got Willow. Yeah, that's true. I got Willow in a way. I still do. I got Willow and I got the Brawling Birds. So there you go. But I would like to see Tony Khan stretch himself on storyline purposes for the women's division because I know he was on the high tail of Tony Storm versus Mariah May and obviously Mercedes and Tony, but I really want him to really deep dive because I feel like there's something that they can work with Jamie Hayter and Tekla. I think there is a story that's there. Oh, and speaking of Tekla, here is the AEW Women's Champion with Lexi. I need those two ladies to do a story. She's really threatening Lexi. Well, I mean, she did beat you before she was champion. Let's be very clear. She was the first woman to pin you. And it's funny, I met Tekla too. She's a really cool person. I want them to really continue this story. I know they're face off against Dynasty. I need these two to really continue this going past to Double or Nothing. And also, we're getting an appearance from Edge and Christian because they have a match too this weekend against FTR for the AEW World Tag Team titles. I want everybody's honest opinion, and I want everybody to be very honest because I'm a person that loves tag team wrestling. What are your thoughts regarding FTR's reign as tag team champions? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you think it's boring? Do you think it's anything else? Give me your thoughts in the chat. How do you feel about FTR's current reign as tag team champions? Tekla is growing up. See? There you go. Tekla, and I met Tekla last summer. She's a very cool person. She's very cool and super chill. It's I just want people's honest opinion. Boring. I'm laughing at Christian's Titantron. Christian is funny. Stokely made because it made sense to have Stokely in there because he's like the mouthpiece of FTR, and I think that's what they needed as a mouthpiece. Even though Stokely is still a weasel, but here comes Christian. It's funny. It's just really funny because they've been friends for so long, and even when they came to AEW, it's like, wow, they're still friends. That is true. They're not capable of having a bad match. It's just the storylines can be a little bit. Oh, and we're gonna hear from Edge and Christian, so shh. Piss off the entire country of Canada. Oh, Lordy, you had to bring the mothers. Christian never changes. Oh, Lordy. Here come the champs. I want to see Mama Stokely. Oh, Lordy. Oh, Lordy, that little weasel. That all talk is over. You might as well beat them up, but security's trying to put them in the way. Sorry, I'm like looking at this because it's just this whole thing regarding TNA has been blowing up a bit. Oh, Lordy. Well, Trent Beretta and Rocky Romero, which doesn't shock me because they're kind of working with the Don Callis family, and especially what happened last week. So, yeah. Oh, Lordy, that little weasel. Hold on, give me 1 second, because this whole situation regarding TNA. Wow, we see Rocky and Trent Beretta taking out both. Oh, Lordy, that little weasel. He's lucky, oh, Lordy. Of course, that little weasel did a spear on Christian, even though it's hurt. Okay, so I just want to do a quick update because Brian Myers posted this. So MJF will be at Creative Pro on May 1st, but he won't be facing Nick Nemeth. Nick Nemeth will be facing off against Barrett Bronson, who's also from TNA. I guess with the whole conflict and situation there. So both MJF and Nick Nemeth will be there. They just won't be facing off against each other. So it's like, ugh, okay. Oh, Lordy. That little weasel took his watch. Oh, no. FTR, they broke Christian's arm. Oh, Lordy. How are they going to... What is Edge going to do? He stole Christian's watch. This is going to be very interesting because what is Edge going to do without his partner? Oh, boy. They are very scared. Oh. So up next is going to be the Chaos in Canada. So that's our final match of the night. And they're going to end it with Kenny, which makes a lot of sense because Kenny is from Canada. So this is our final match for the night. Yeah, Boza, I know. Woo! It's just a whole news regarding TNA and everything else. It's just, Yep, Boza, we're going to close out with Kenny, which makes a lot of sense because, you know, he's Canadian. And it's kind of crazy because last week we had the main event with a Canadian, Speedball Mike Bailey, taking on MJF. And now this week, Canadians. Well, I don't know what's going on with TKO, but just like that, they need to let TNA stay in their land. I think it's Anthem Entertainment that owns TNA. TNA has a partnership with NXT, not WWE, NXT. So, I don't know. Carlos Silva needs to get his act in order. And that's going to suck too because hopefully the Hardys don't have to deal with that because I know the Hardys are also the reigning fourth rope tag team champions. Well, I don't know how this is going to affect the Hardys. But, yeah. I can't believe it. We're almost closing the night on the final Dynamite before AEW Dynasty this weekend. We got the Chaos in Canada, so we shall see. We shall see it happen. The Chaos in Canada, United Empire, back together again against the Death Riders. I'm going to say this. If we don't get a female Anarchy in the Arena, don't be shocked if we get an Anarchy Arena between United Empire and the Death Riders. Well, if it's not United Empire, I'm sure Will Ospreay can find other people to help, because a lot of major player stars in AEW are in major storylines. Like Darby Allin, he's dealing with the Don Callis family. Roddy and Orange, they're dealing with the dogs. Same thing with Brody, Bandido. A lot of them are dealing with other major storylines. And we haven't seen Swerve since he lost to Kenny Omega. So we shall see on that. I think it's only a matter of time that Mr. Bossman. I know. I love Alex Windsor. As a person that represents Alex Windsor, she's great. I didn't think it would happen on TV, but here we are. But of course, she's standing by her man. Oh, and we're gonna hear from Darby. I think if AEW executes this purple, this could be a good story for Darby Allin. This could be a really good sideways storyline if executed properly. Because I feel like there is a story that's building for Darby Allin. And it's a journey people need to be patient on and watch. So I'm hoping Darby wins this weekend. But our final match of the night, before we end it with Kenny, we have the United Empire. I mean, pretty much, like you said, it's a street fight, but it's also chaos in chaos in Canada. United Empire. If you're not familiar with United Empire, there are a team that Will Ospreay joined. And along with, I think Kyle Fletcher joined. I know, right? The IWGP World Championship. It's a big belt. It's a big belt. But here comes Mr. Will Ospreay, because he has a big match this weekend for the AEW Continental Championship against Jon Moxley. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I mean, nothing against him being for that belt. But Will Ospreay, I need you to win the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. And it's funny because I was talking to my brother about this, and he was laughing at me, thinking, he's not going to be World Heavyweight Champion. Oh, yes, he will be. Look at that belt. You know, it's funny. I don't know if people remember. You guys remember when Moxley was IWGP champion and he brought it over to Dynamite on TV? I remember him carrying that belt. And I'm not going to lie, Will Ospreay has a killer theme song. He has a killer theme song. I can imagine how the stage is going to be when they come back to Wembley Stadium. Yeah, you guys remember when Moxley had the belt? And he brought it over to Dynamite Television? But I will say, when they come to Wembley, it's going to be loud when Will Ospreay comes. And also, I will say this, because I met Will Ospreay at WrestleCon last summer. He's very tall. He is very, very tall. But here come the Death Riders. Here comes Mox. Yep, Mox, Daniel Garcia, Claudio, and Pac. I'm not gonna lie. United Empire beat the crap out of that little runt Wheeler Yuta. So this Saturday on Collision, it will be the AEW World Trios Championships. Jet Speed and Mystico taking on the Dogs. Oh my. Oh my god, that match is gonna be nuts. And we're also going to have Rouge. And I was just talking about Anthony Bowens too. Rouge taking on Anthony Bowens for the number 2 spot in that Casino Gauntlet match for the TNT Championship at Dynasty. Some of my people got a lot of work. I'm hoping Anthony gets number 2. Please let him get number 2. Please, please, please. I would be the happiest girl in the world if he got the number 2 spot. That would be insanity. But here we go. This is chaos in Canada. I mean, anything goes. I mean, pinfall submission, obviously, but anything goes. Here we go. Obviously, this is our final match of the night. Obviously, of course, we're going to wrap it up with Kenny talking, but this is our final match. You can expect a lot of chaos. Exactly, Boza. I mean, she can get involved. No disqualifications, no countouts. This is going to be a lot of chaos. And there's Claudio. He took out the youngest IWGP champion. Hold on, his name. Callum Newman. That's his name, Callum Newman. And also, and I know, but there goes my lady, Alex Windsor. Just remember, she's facing off against Marina Shafir for the New Japan Strong. See, you better back off, Mox. I'm going to tell you something. My gal, Alex Windsor, may not be Toni Storm. She may not be Toni Storm, but she learned a thing or two when teaming up with the former AEW Women's Champion, and she probably had some pointers from another former AEW Women's Champion in Jamie Hayter. That's why she's with the Brawling Birds. And speaking of the Brawling Birds, they'll be facing off against Tekla and Marina Shafir. See, my people got some homework this weekend. I got the Brawling Birds on Collision, taking on Tekla, Marina Shafir. I got Anthony Bowens going for that number 2 spot. Obviously, of course, Dynasty. I got Jamie Hayter and Alex Windsor taking care of business. See, I know I'm down with Toni Storm and Orange Cassidy, but my other people are doing work. I'm not going to lie. I'm excited for that women's tag match. The Brawling Birds. I know, this is insane. Callum Newman is his name. Oh my God. Well, I'm in picture on this, but the match is still going on live. And I'm seeing the commercials because it is baseball season. Baseball season's here. Getting a lot of baseball. Cubs versus the Phillies. Because obviously, I don't follow baseball as much. But if there's one team I follow, it's the Phillies because I live closer to Philadelphia. You better play. I know, Jeffrey. I'm hoping nobody gets hurt. That's all I have to say. I'm hoping nobody gets hurt from my camp. I hope Jamie doesn't get hurt. I hope Alex doesn't get hurt. I hope Bowens or Caster don't get hurt. But they got some homework to do. And I may have to watch Collision this weekend because this looks pretty good. But like I said, it's going to be crazy. But thank you all for joining on Timeless Elite Wednesday, because Seth always wants to say CEO Wednesday, but it's actually Timeless Elite Wednesdays, because when it's Timeless Elite Wednesdays, you know I have to pull in on Wednesdays. But it has been a fun, solid show. I think it's pretty much the go-home show. It pretty much did all the checkpoints it was supposed to do to get everybody into Dynasty. Obviously, of course, some of the matches on Collision. I think we'll find out what's going to be the faith on that. But yeah, it's going to be a solid card. Solid matches for Dynasty. I'm sure we'll probably get 1 or 2 matches for 0 Hour. But I think the rest of the main card is already set. It's going to be a really good show in Canada. And it's hard to believe after Dynasty, it's Double or Nothing in Queens, New York. Oh my. It has been a great solid show so far. It did everything it could, but I may have to watch Collision on Saturday because some of these matches, and some of my people are wrestling on Saturday. So, yeah, it's going to be insane. I'm just so happy to see Alex Windsor beat Marina Shafir up because, of course, they have a match on 0 Hour this weekend on Dynasty for the New Japan Strong Women's Championship. I'm happy that there's visibility with the belt. Alex is showing the belt out, and I know she's going to be defending that belt when New Japan comes to Chicago in the summer. But I'm hoping, and nobody bleed. That is true. No one has shed any blood so far. It's just been chaos, insanity, mayhem. I mean, pretty much as anything goes, really. all you have to do is pinfall or submission. That's it. And we're back live. And we're back live with AEW Dynamite because we have a Chaos in Canada match. United Empire taking on the Death Riders. We saw my gal Alex Windsor take out Marina Shafir because they have a match this Sunday during 0 Hour for the New Japan Strong Women's Championship. Obviously, of course, the Brawling Birds will be facing off against Tekla and Marina Shafir this Saturday on Collision. And I guess Will Ospreay wasted no time in getting a table. I'm going to say this. I would not be shocked between Mox and Will Ospreay if it ended in a draw. I would not be shocked. But I think after Dynasty, we'll probably figure out who's going to be in the Owen Hart Cup men and women's tournament. And poor Nigel. I feel so bad for Nigel in that spot. He's like, I'm trying to get out of here. But Nigel's used to this because he wrestled. What are they going to do here? What are they going to do? Claudio stopped Moxley for getting to... Oh, my goodness. Yeesh. Oh, man. That was a nice backbreaker Claudio did. Saved Mox. Oh, yeah, Jeffrey. Someone is going through that table. I would love to see Nigel McGuinness wrestle again. I know he wants to get his hands on Daniel Garcia so bad, especially after Daniel Garcia called him a parasite. I would love for nothing more for Nigel to get his hands on Daniel Garcia. That's my wish. They're really trying to get some heat in. Let's talking more wrestling. Man. They're really putting a mock on the new IWGP champion. Oh my God. He's only... I know, Jeffrey, that's a good one, but like I said, I would love to see Nigel McGuinness finally get his hands on Daniel Garcia for once. That's all I want. Man, the Death Riders are really putting a mugging on Callum. Oh my God. They're really taking that heat very well. Well, oh lordy, John Moxley biting Will Ospreay's ear. Ugh. Well, I will say, at least there's no blood as of yet. Oh, and then Garcia choking Will Ospreay with his jacket. Look at Pac. He's really taking on the new IWGP champion. I would not be shocked if Pac would be the next person in line for that belt. But Dynasty Week is here. We have Dynamite tonight, Saturday Collision. Then they're going to do the countdown after Collision. And Sunday is Dynasty. I just really can't believe Dynasty's this weekend. We do have WrestleMania next weekend. Also, we are going to have WWT on Friday. This Saturday will be TNA Rebellion this weekend. So we're going to be doing bold predictions for that show. Because, yeah, nothing wrong with a lot of wrestling, but because I knew TNA Rebellion was happening this weekend. That hairstyle is, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's an interesting hairstyle. Oh, Lordy, I guess Daniel Garcia looks like he's going to be put through a table. But here comes Claudio with the save. Oh, my God, what's Claudio going to do here? Oh, my God, look at the power of Claudio. Oh, man, he went through a table. Woo! Yeah, Jeffrey. TNA has a pay-per-view on Saturday. TNA Rebellion. Right? So you know we got to do bold predictions on Friday. But they got some good matches on TNA Rebellion. I mean, we're going to see Eddie Edwards take on Mike Santana for the TNA World Heavyweight title. We're going to see the Hardys defend the belts against the Systems. The Systems, I think it's Bear Bronson and Brian Myers that will be facing the Hardys this weekend. We're also going to see the TNA Knockouts title, Ariana Grace, take on Lei Ying Lee. And I know there's a few more matches involved. We're going to see Trey Miguel defend his TNA International Championship against Mustafa Ali. I know a lot of people forgot, but I was like, oh yeah, TNA has a pay-per-view this weekend. I guess I spoke too soon because here comes the ooh. Oh my God! I'm watching this up picture. And I'm just seeing, dear God, I think this is time for a quick bathroom break. I'm going to take a quick bathroom break after that because I need to wash my hands a bit. So make sure you go to the restroom, you fill your beverage up because that was interesting to watch. But I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. So make sure to get your restroom, get your beverage because I want to sit here not only watching the main event, but also get ready to hear from Kenny Omega because I don't want to get out from my seat. But we're going to take a quick break on this. I need to take that bathroom break, but whew, I made it just in time for the main event. It has been a really good match so far. I mean, this is great. It's a main event. I kind of knew it was going to go to overrun, but who cares? It's the final Dynamite before Dynasty, so give him a pass anyway. Quick kick out. Oh, nice. The Hurt Syndicate's going to be in. Oh, nice. The Hurt Syndicate's going to be in action. Very curious. Very curious on what's going to happen with them. I know Bobby just came back from injury. Cesaro. Claudio putting the swing on Will Ospreay. I know, I'm used to this too. And plus, like I said, after this main event match, we go right to Kenny. Well, at least they're giving these guys enough time for this match. It has been an entertaining and wild match. I still can't get over what John put in Will Ospreay's nose. Oh, God. Usually you save that kind of stuff for pay-per-views. Oh, Lordy, what's Claudio going to do here? No. Oh my goodness, Claudio going through that table. Claudio into the table. I'm very curious on what the Hurt Syndicate's going to do this weekend because, yeah, ouch. Oh, was he with Daniel Garcia? It didn't even break. Oh my God. Ooh, he just drilled back through a table. Everybody's getting drilled. Oh, Lordy. I feel so bad. The table didn't even break for Daniel Garcia. I wonder if it's like a bad table or something. And we have Mox and Ospreay. I feel like it's going to continue for Double or Nothing because, like I said, if we don't have the ladies doing Anarchy in the arena, I could see Ospreay and the Death Riders doing Anarchy. And I think Will Ospreay has found his crew to help with the Death Riders. Tables out of the table. I know. Ooh, DDT. DDT by Mox. Another DDT. Target in the neck, strutting around like an angry little man. And another DDT. Ooh, that was a nice clothesline. Oh, he drilled Moxley through a table. Oh my God, he drilled on Moxley. 2. Yeah, that's it. Your winners is United Empire in this Chaos in Canada. I can't believe every single person, every member of the Death Riders went through a table. That's insanity. But it builds up momentum for Will Ospreay leading into his match this weekend against Jon Moxley for the Continental Championship. Continental Championship rules apply. Everybody is banned from ringside. So congratulations to Will Ospreay. Of course, he had his help from his soon-to-be Mrs. Alex Windsor. She'll be facing off against Marina Shafir for the New Japan Strong Championship during 0 hour. Yeah, during 0 hour. Look at Will Ospreay ain't done. You would think he would say, Claudia. Oh, he was going to do the Tiger Drive, but it looks like that ain't happening. And yes, they will be in June, which is nice because that's my birthday month in June. I said to myself, that would be funny if they got married on my birthday. That would be hilarious, but I'm happy they're getting married on June 15th. But that's going to be a good match. She gotta get put through a table. Don't worry, Jeffrey. She will. Let's be patient. Okay, so before we get to Kenny, they're showing montage of Kenny and his impact through the wrestling business. And it's crazy. He's had so much impact on obviously WWE is the exception, but every single wrestling promotion he was in, from TNA to Ring of Honor to New Japan, everywhere. It's kind of cool that they showed all these montages of Kenny throughout the years and his impact on professional wrestling. Crazy. Like all of his matches that he did over in New Japan. And then, of course, the tag team he did with Kota Ibushi, the Golden Lovers. And then AEW was born. Oh, look at Hangman when he was champion. Oh my God, that was crazy. Do you remember that main event that had a barbed wires around the ring between Mox and Kenny Omega? That was insanity. And then they're showing MJF versus Kenny for when they faced off their first match encounter. Oh yeah, showing that he won the international championship. All of his people he faced, from Danielson to Okada to Jericho to Mox. Well, there's Tony Schiavone in the ring. He's going to introduce Kenny Omega. It's kind of crazy. It's not even in Canada. It's just like anytime you go to an AEW show, whether it be in Canada or the US or all over the world, there is still a roaring sound for Kenny Omega. Doesn't matter what part of the world. He still gets a crowd going. He just has that aura. And I will say, if it wasn't for Chris Jericho, I would have never got introduced to Kenny Omega because his name kept floating around and I wasn't too familiar with him. But because of Chris Jericho, that's how I knew of Kenny Omega, because that was one of his rivals and he faced off against him at the Tokyo Dome. So I know a little bit about Kenny. Very curious to know what Kenny has to say. Yeah, he does look good in a suit. I will say, Kenny does look good in suits. He cleans up pretty good. Oh, he's talking about his early years when he wrestled in the independent scene. Because I don't think they can put their hands on each other. Because even though they sign, they cannot put their hands on each other. Cry me a river. Where have I heard that reference? I mean, some popcorn, Jeffrey. I always like to have some popcorn, especially for this. Yeah, I know, right? You had to munch for this. It's like story time with Kenny. He wants to have his legacy. Timbuktu. Wow. Interesting words from Kenny. Interesting words from Kenny Omega, but look who shows up. The reigning AEW World Heavyweight Champion, MJF. And I still can't get over this. Rolling out the Burberry carpet, I think I would say. I mean, that's what I would think it is. The Burberry carpet. Oh, well, Jeffrey, I will say this. I'm not going to lie. That is a nice suit. That is a nice red suit. Actually, not red suit, red jacket. I'm not going to lie. You should have heard the reaction when it was at WrestlePro. It was a huge reaction. Oh, Lordy. Let's hear what he has to say. You're the one that's scared. Mm. Yep. He calls himself the devil. That's why he has the red suit. I meant red jacket. Oh boy. Oh my god. Shake his hand. The devil shaking Kenny Omega's hand. You think MJF is going to do it for the Canadians? And you know what's really funny? His wife Alicia is Canadian, by the way. I believe she's Canadian. That's really funny. I just realized that. She's also Canadian. Is he going to shake his hand? He threw that mic on the floor. Is he going to do it? Uh-oh. He was going to go for the cheap shot, but Kenny Omega. Oh, man, that was too easy. Kenny Omega with a cheap shot. Makes it so difficult. He just shook his little fingers. Oh, he took his diamond ring. Kenny. Oh my god. And good night, bang. Wow. Bid adieu. Wow. That is the main event. I know. Jeffrey, he should have kept the ring, but Kenny's too good for that ring. Poor MJF. He knocked that on the floor. Oh boy, but this is your main event for AEW Dynasty. The Devil taking on the God of professional wrestling for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. Kenny Omega taking on MJF. But pretty much that concludes AEW Dynamite. Oh my, that was a solid episode. That was a solid episode. The go home show before AEW Dynasty this weekend. Lots of solid stuff. It did everything that it could. It hit all the check boxes. It would have been nice to see an appearance by Jamie Hayter. I know Jamie's going to be on Collision, but it would have been nice for Jamie to appear on Dynamite. Because I know I did see Tekla, but it would have been nice for Jamie to appear on Dynamite anyway. But we'll see her on Collision this Saturday with the Brawling Birds. But it was a solid show all around. Definitely hit the points that it needed to. But yeah, and it sucks with Kyle Fletcher because he tore his meniscus. So wishing Kyle Fletcher a speedy recovery. We are going to crown a new TNT champion this Sunday on Collision. We now know who has the number one spot. It is Tommaso Ciampa We will find out who will have the number 2 spot. Will it be Roosh or will it be Anthony Bowens for Collision this Saturday? I'm very curious on who else is going to be in the Casino Gauntlet for the TNT Championship, but lots of stuff happening. Hit the parts all around, and yeah, I mean, I'm ready for Dynasty this weekend. But that wraps up Timeless Elite Wednesday with me. Solid show. Definitely the go home show. It hit all the main parts in it, but you guys know where to find me on socials. Make sure to follow my socials. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. Also, please check out my latest post that I did highlighting WrestlePro in New Jersey from last weekend. It was a good show all around. Make sure to follow ISPW Wrestling because we do have a lot of stuff happening for the spring and the summer. May 16th, it's 80s Wrestling Con. So make sure, because we're going to go back in time to the 80s. So super excited on that. Shout out to the rest of the team for WWT because we had a show. We'll see you guys on Friday, and it has been a long, long day. But that wraps up Timeless Elite Wednesday because we're getting ready for Dynasty. There will be a watch-along for Dynasty this weekend. So make sure you get to hang with me for all the thrills, chills, and excitement heading in. And also, thank you all for supporting Women's Wrestling Talk and supporting everything women's wrestling all around. So thank you all for chatting with me. I know sometimes AEW is not everybody's cup of tea, but I'm happy to have you guys join with me for AEW Dynamite. Make sure to connect with me for AEW Dynasty this weekend and supporting Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet. Have a great evening, and we'll see you Sunday for Dynasty.
Thanks for joining WWT. Don't forget to like us on all social media platforms at WW Talk Pod. Like and subscribe on all video and audio platforms, like yesterday, my G. And check out our website at www.talkpod.com. Thanks for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.